Hi everyone. I was at the Saudi Arabia online Excel meetup the other day, where Alan Murray did a great presentation on some cool stuff with Index. If you haven't seen that, then you need to go find it on YouTube and watch it. It's a great session. There's something that got mentioned very quickly at that, got my brain thinking, which is a dangerous thing, but it got my brain going. And so I want to come back to this sheet. That I created for my last video about XLOOKUP against VLOOKUP. Now, let's not delve back into that argument again, because this video is not about that. It's about something, but it came up because of this video, the previous video. So what we had in that was, whereas I was showing XLOOKUP against VLOOKUP, was this little bit of array constant here in the middle. And there was a couple of comments in that video, perfectly valid comments that formulas with array constants in them are not ideal because they are constant, and you can't change them and you can't reference them and stuff. So not the best ever way of doing it. And I quite agree, no problem with that whatsoever. Now, what got my brain thinking was there a better way of doing this? Can we have array constants that aren't constant? What we need is a dynamic array constant. Now, if you've ever played with these array constants, you'll know there's no way of constructing these with, ampersands and speech marks, quotation marks. Like, it doesn't work with array constants. But actually, I found a different way of doing it, and it gives us effectively exactly the same thing, but we can make it dynamic. And this is what it is. So I've got that same VLOOKUP here replicated here, and what we want to do is we want to replicate this 2 and 6. Now, we can actually use one of Excel's new functions, sequence equals sequence. Now, if you don't know about sequence formula, I suggest you go look at Minda Tracy's superb little tutorial on this on her website on Online Training Hub. So go look at that if you don't understand the sequence formula. But what we can do is we can do sequence. And as I say, I'm not going to go through this formula in detail. You need to go watch the video. We're just going to show how to apply it here. If we do sequence 2, it does what you'd expect. Gives us a 1, 2. If we start at 2, it gives us 2, 3. Perfect. We wanted 2, 6, not 2, 3. Okay, that's fine, not a problem. We can start at 2 and we can do a step of 4, which gives us 2, 6. Okay, great. But how do we apply this to the VLOOKUP? Well, that's actually not too difficult. If we take out our array constant and just reference this one. Okay, it worked, but it only pulled one of the columns. So it did the right thing, but not both. Okay, easy enough. All we need to do is to add in here the spill operator, hash thereafter. And lo and behold, it now references both. So what we have now is a reference to this and the sequence. And because this is now an Excel formula and now no longer an array constant, we can actually make this cell references and make it completely dynamic. So sequence has got 4 inputs to it. I'm just going to put them down here for ease. We can make this one the rows and start with 1. We can make this one the columns. And we want to make that 2 in this case. The start is 2, and the step in this case is 4. And we can just go and make all of these cell references like this. And there we go, exactly the same thing. We now have effectively created in here with the sequence a dynamic array constant. So yeah, I hope that's been interesting. I'm going to actually very soon record another video focusing on some kind of brain crazy making things to do with sequence. So look at that video. But there we go. Dynamic, or I can't even say it. Dynamic array constants. I hope that's been cool. See you again next time.